Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I saw this on Twitter this afternoon from Altcoin Daily. Wells Fargo just released a report stating Bitcoin is nearing an inflection point for the hyper adoption phase, similar to the internet in the late 90s. So if you guys check out this graph here, it's an interesting graph. Down here at the bottom, we have the years, and in blue, we have internet users left and bottom access over the years. So from 1993 to present day, this is how internet usage took off. And as you guys can see, we did see exponential growth over the last 15 years or so for internet usage. And the bottom dotted green line here, that is crypto users. And the access for crypto users is up here on the top in terms of years. So from 2014, they're projecting into 2042, we're going to see crypto adoption really start to take off. On the sides here, we have numbers of users in the millions. So this graph is the same, whether it is internet users or crypto users. And if you guys can see here, we're somewhere in between 1999 and 2001 if we were to take a measurement similar to the internet. If you guys remember back to 2000, if you were around back then, some of you may have been born afterwards, but I remember the internet in 2000. I mean, it was pretty good, it was pretty cool, but it was still fairly new, and there wasn't that much when you consider what the internet has become today. I mean, it wasn't until 2005 that YouTube really took internet video by storm. So we're still here, guys, a very early phase. So, when we look at these prices, XRP trading at about 34.7 as of the time of this recording. These prices are still reflecting speculative crypto market prices. Still following Bitcoin. If I bring up Bitcoin here, this is the hourly chart, by the way. We're seeing Bitcoin still trading at about $21,000. Let me throw the trend line back on this chart. You guys can see an interesting pattern forming here. Just throwing that on there and bringing that up, you guys can see it looks like we are back testing again this neckline level on this inverted head and shoulders. So these are the two armpits, I guess you could say. The back test here and more back testing here over the last day or so. We're staying above that level. So we're going to see, I guess Bitcoin could still falter below, but we're hoping we're going to make our way to the upside. That would definitely help the rest of the crypto space. Meanwhile, this from XRP Crypto Wolf, we're seeing American consumers holding on to crypto in spite of the market correction. So despite the 65, 70, 75% correction that we've seen thus far, how much has it been really at this point? Let's see. We've corrected 75%, almost 74.3%, and now we're up about 69.3%. So despite this correction, despite what we've currently seen, 19% of US adults reported owning digital assets in mid-June after the price of the world's largest cryptocurrency plunged to below $20,000. The percentage of American cryptocurrency owners has remained unchanged since the start of the year, despite the fact that Bitcoin was trading at a much higher price in January. So it's stayed relatively the same. And if we bring us back to, let's bring us back to January here, that's when we saw Bitcoin still in the 40s. So we've basically seen a tumble, a correction of, what did we say, 70, 75%? 75% correction, yet we are still seeing hodlers hold, and it's likely because they realize cryptocurrency is going to be the future. Here's just a chart just demonstrating that from January 2022 until June 2022. Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC coin, and Dogecoin are the most popular digital assets. Trust in Bitcoin remains net negative. Confidence in Dogecoin has declined, though, to a new all-time low of negative 52%. American consumers also have little trust in NFTs. The percentage of those who believe that cryptocurrencies are mostly harmful to society has reached the highest level since January, so 32%. So, I'm somewhat optimistic because these are, it's not a majority of people, but 19% of US adults are reporting still that they are owning some cryptocurrency digital assets. So early adopters, similar to internet usage back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I also saw this was another one from XRP Crypto Wolf with regards to XRP Whales. So again, according to Whale Street, the top 500 BSC whales are currently hodling XRP valued at $18 million. The XRP token wrapped on the BNB chain, formerly known as the BSC, has emerged as one of the top assets held by this group of whales. So guys, we are still seeing whales on the BNB chain holding XRP, and it is one of the largest positions, sitting just north of $18 million. That tells me that, put that back up there. Anyway, I can just shut that off. That tells me that institutional buyers are still very interested in certain cryptocurrencies. Obviously, if they're holding them through this bear market, otherwise you would see those numbers plummet. Notice how you're not seeing this for many other cryptocurrencies. You're seeing it for the ones that have value. That is no surprise to me, considering we're hearing more and more news now with regards to updates on the XRPL as one example. This from Wojake. Nobody's using the XRPL for anything. It's a ghost chain with empty promises. Well, he was being a little facetious. Put that in quotes. Well, today, Evernote XRPL has announced their public beta test phase, which is open to everyone. Their underlying product works with hooks, NFTs, and layer 2 tech, Hot Pocket to name a few. He goes on to say real-world products, services, and utilities being built on the XRPL. More and more teams are building on the XRPL every week to further add in compoundable value to the ecosystem. Real-world tech use cases, federated sidechains, hooks, Evernote XRPL. We also have the XLS20 project that's going on as well. The Sum Wallet, just to name a few. I talked a little bit about the Sum Wallet and their latest update in yesterday's video. The XRPL is here to stay, and XRP's adoption and stability is here to complement the ecosystem's growth and activity, bringing in more day-to-day active users over our tech and services. There's a gold mine to be dug, but most people tend to ignore it. XRP's not the only one. And so just stating here that, XRP is just one of these cryptocurrencies that is providing value, solving real-world problems, and the XRPL expanding in many different directions. Viets and Richard have been building on the XRPL for more than 5 years. These two bright devs are working on the payment side of things, smart contract functionality, and many more tools and services which help other devs build new features. And here's some other examples. Adam built a one-way decentralized NFT bridge, which bridges Ethereum NFTs to the XRPL, which is the XLS20 for Ripple's hackathon. Another example down here, RippleX and their dev team are building a new solution to sidechains. They're calling it federated sidechains. Federated sidechains connect to the XRPL two ways. Federated sidechains are flexible. So again, guys, just more application here on the XRPL. Developers building, and again, this kind of goes towards the more techie stuff that I'm not so well versed in, but it's just going to show you more applications. This is where we're going to see the most value, why XRP eventually will be a cryptocurrency, one of the ones, the 1% that continues to exist in the future because of the value that it will hold. The Flare Networks is another example, which I just wanted to mention this. I saw this brought to me by Dawdler for XRP. He retweeted out this from Oracle Swap. Warning, today we discovered an elaborate scam based on the Flare Network. So for those of you guys who are delegating, please be aware. xflare.xyz/main is a fake website. Do not connect your wallet to this website. So a bit of a public service announcement for you guys out there. It's a great looking UI and it's all fake to steal your seed phrase. Be vigilant, stay safe, and please retweet for awareness. So I'm just going to retweet that out. Be careful, guys, out there because, looks fairly real, and I know, even some of you guys are likely delegating your SGB over there on Bifrost or maybe another wallet. Just be careful because, if they steal your seed phrase from your cold storage wallet solution, that is the end of your cryptocurrency. If they have your seed phrase, well, they, for all intents and purposes, have your crypto, or at least have access to steal your cryptocurrency. I personally like to keep my crypto on a Ledger Nano. I have an affiliate link in the description if you guys are interested, if you're still looking for a cold storage solution. I keep my keys hidden away, and I keep them in several different locations, on-site, off-site, just to be safe. It's a great solution. You can use my affiliate link if you want. You don't have to use it, though. There are other solutions, too, for cold storage, but just thought I'd bring this to you guys because I don't like when I hear people getting scammed. Anyway, going to keep moving forward, guys. This from eRob here. News from PolySign, which was founded by David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, two of the original developers on the XRPL. Well, PolySign, which builds blockchain-enabled institutional-grade infrastructure for digital assets, is developing a cross-chain messaging layer that will allow trades in different assets to be seamless, brought together in one place, which is currently a cumbersome process. Jack McDonald, chief executive of PolySign, told Markets Media that the infrastructure provider has an initiative that's been in the skunk works for a bit around building a cross-chain settlement layer for a broad and agnostic agnostic group of asset transfers. He said, "We are working with some very large asset managers and service providers around building a settlement layer that we are referring to as PolyNet. This is 6 months away from any kind of rollout in a commercial sense, but it's a really exciting strategy for us that will help take us overseas and open up our client base." So they're looking to roll this out, guys, within the next 6 months. For example, if an investor wants to trade in fiat currency for a tokenized interest in real estate building or a fractionalized interest in a venture fund or for a cryptocurrency, for all those different trades, they could be brought in together into one ecosystem. The messaging layer is compatible to fixed messaging, a standard for traditional finance industry across asset classes. McDonald continued that PolySign was launched in order to build blockchain-enabled infrastructure for institutions, so the big money here, not for retail, for institutions specifically, to invest in digital assets, and the business began with custody, which he believes is the cornerstone of an asset servicing model. So this is big, guys, and I will link this in the description. There's a lot more down here with more information with regards to this latest news with this particular use case for PolyNet. 6 months away, going to be focusing on commercial use. Just yesterday, we talked a little bit about Brian Brooks' statement with regards to the crypto industry. Real use case will bring real value to tokens, and right now, this is crypto noise trading in a spec market. Well, he was on stage with Brooks Entwistle of Ripple, and I found a clip of Brooks Entwistle here from the Aspen's Idea Festival, courtesy of Crypto Addy. Listen to this.
Or if you're really going after this movement of value across borders, which happens to be the one issue that Ripple has been after from the beginning, that is actually a real use case, and governments will sit up and listen because that matters. And Brian kind of set this up, but if you think about our two biggest regions by far, are not the US, not Europe, it's the Middle East and Asia, as money is moved across what we call Ripple nets, and that effectively is taking money in fiat form in some jurisdiction, in our early use cases around remittances. Remittances is a $750 billion market per year. And even with a little dip during 2020, that market will continue to grow. That is money that's sent back home from Saudi oil fields, from other markets to the Philippines or other corridors that many of you are familiar with. It's done often, for 7% money. It's done in ways that it would disappear over long weekends. It would take a long time to get to that village to pay the hospital bill, the education bill, whatever that is. And so if you can step in the middle with a payment solution using digital assets in the blockchain to upload that fiat and immediately across the blockchain settle instantaneously and then pay out on the other side, you start to go after something that governments care a lot about. You increase savings, you take care of a population that is at risk and often unbanked. And so I do think it goes back to why are we in this business in the first place, and why do these business models and these white papers begin in the first place? I believe at the core that they were going after some intractable world problems.
Solving big banking problems, especially worldwide, in countries with vulnerable populations, not so much in the West. So that's just Brooks Entwistle just reiterating kind of what Ripple and RippleNet has been solving over the last several years. Wanted to keep moving, guys. XRP Crypto Wolf posting this, which I talked about at the top of the video, the $18 million worth of XRP now being held by BSC Whales. The one thing I didn't mention in this article was also the fact that a Singaporean regulator, so Pendu Mohani, the chief financial officer at the Monetary Authority of Singapore, he also mentioned Ripple in a LinkedIn post. This time, Mohanty praised the leadership of some of the largest companies in the industry while summarizing his thoughts at the Point Zero Forum in Switzerland. And here are his words, here just reprinted by U.Today. In his words, Mohanty stated, "Leaders from the crypto token space, Ripple and others, are fully committed to building secure and sustainable innovation, solving real problems, and identifying real economy opportunities. It is heartening to see the clarity among CEOs on the need to create responsible and a compliant industry. The future is right on path." And here he is, the chief financial officer from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. I have his LinkedIn up here, but I guess I have to join him as a connection in order to check out that statement. I guess he's got a written blog in there. Nevertheless, governments and certain central banks around the world already set on utilizing XRP for cross-border liquidity transfers. This has been set in motion for a while, and I'm feeling like the retail at this point in time, the retail was almost like a test case for RippleNet in order to be able to prove that they can do this at the retail level and be able to scale big time once the time comes. PolySign, also part of this story, running on the XRP-L as well. And so, to see PolySign, hearing more about PolySign and what they're doing is also getting me really excited about the use cases for XRP. So the value will come, guys. The value will eventually come with the utility. Right now, we're still seeing the spec trading price of 34.5 cents, give or take. A prime opportunity to increase your position in XRP and other coins that are going to solve problems. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.